Let's go. No, I was about to do it then. Hello everybody, the Seafood Cook here and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to do something a little bit more relaxed. It's the first in my Q&A series. Can of Red Bull, 8:10 in the evening.
It's not late.
It's kind of late. And I've got a baby monitor going, so if she cries I've got a dip. So Lucy's going to be reading out the questions. She's currently behind the camera.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so first question.
I've got my hat on.
Do you want to put your hat on?
I'm going to put my hat on. Let's see.
You feel better?
I'm back, I'm hatted up.
Where do you source your ingredients?
It would have been like local grocers and things like that, but obviously they've been closed during this like mad pandemic that we've been having. So I'm just going to level with you and just say that I get them from Tesco's.
Most of the time.
Most of the time, coriander and things like that. Plus it lasts as well. Also, quick tip, if you buy herbs, you can freeze them. Fact of the day.
Fresh herbs.
Fresh herbs. You can freeze fresh herbs. Fact.
Fact of the day.
Or a tip of the day, whichever way you want to look at it.
Tip of the day.
But when all this is over, I'll be going back to the greengrocers.
If you weren't a chef, what would you do?
I would probably still be making music. I do it from time to time. I'd probably still be doing it. Well, I still do it, but I'd invest more of my time into it.
Who's your biggest inspiration?
Probably the lady behind the camera.
Aww.
Cute, innit? She's supported me through pretty much everything I've ever done. Even though she hates seafood, she still films and edits all of my videos.
I do.
So if you're watching this, Lucy's edited it.
Wash your whites. Stinky fish white.
Yeah, wash my whites, look after our baby, do a very good job. Not all the time, obviously, I do some of the work. I don't just power her off.
How old were you when you started chefing?
I started chefing in the beginning of 2019.
Literally only like a year and a bit.
A year and a couple of months. And I feel like I've come a very long way in a very short amount of time. But that's what dedication and hard work does, especially when you've got such a good support network around you, like your family.
What's your favourite dish to cook?
Brill or mackerel. Mackerel's got to be done on like a char grill or on a barbecue. There's actually a video coming out of that soon. Some back garden business.
Where do you see your professional life in 5 years?
Well, I hope in 5 years' time that I have like my own recipe book, things like that, and people start to recognise not me as a person, but the things that I cook and the things that I do. I want to do like travelling in different restaurants. You know when a guitarist goes to a pub and plays a gig? Sort of like that, but a cook going to different restaurants. Game changer, don't steal my idea. And a pop-up restaurant, that'd be pretty cool.
Salt or vinegar?
So, vinegar's only good for dressings. It's not good for fish and chips. Although some people don't.
Salt and vinegar is like.
Yeah, people would
is
disagree.
Fish and chips.
People would disagree, but trust me, just salt.
I don't trust you at all. I think you're wrong. If you could cook for anyone, who would it be?
Right now or in general?
What do you mean right now or in
Well,
general?
because right now I'd love to cook for my mum.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what the question's asking though.
I think it would just be like everybody.
That is ridiculous. Give a proper answer.
Okay. I'd love to cook for someone like Rick Stein or someone who has like a master of seafood, maybe James Martin, just so they can tell me how amazing it is.
What comes with a typical busy day at the restaurant?
A lot of communication. Music gets turned off, got to concentrate. A lot of concentration and a lot of hard work. Here's another little tip for you if you're ever in the kitchen. Get a tea towel, wet it, put it in the freezer. So then when you take it out the freezer, you can put it around your neck and just keep it there and it cools you down. Tip of the day. I hope Lucy's going to edit.
Tip of the day.
2 tips of the day. You guys are in for a treat.
The softest, easiest fish to cook for a new to chewing tiny human.
Cod. Cod and salmon. Because if you steam salmon, cod as well. You can cook it in the oven, it's fine. But don't cook it for too long. Don't undercook it.
Don't undercook it.
Or
don't
basically
overcook it.
Get a cod. Cod and salmon is the best one, right? Steam salmon, put it in a bit of like parchment paper and tinfoil, put it in the oven, let it steam for about 20 minutes, that's fine. And then cod, perfect. If you get it to like bang on 75 degrees.
What knives do you use?
I use dick knives. And I know that sounds silly, but they're actually a really, really good knife. I'm just looking at them, because I can see them in the kitchen. I've got an 8.5 inch. One of them is 8.5 inch, and that is my chef's knife. It's like the really big one with a big blade. And then I got a chattier knife, and that's 7 inches. And I use that for all my veg prep and things like that. I've also got a filleting knife, extra sharp, it's amazing. I've got a boning knife, just to get through the bones. I've got a paring knife, it's just like that big, not very big at all. I've also got a turning knife, which is pretty not useful for me or anything I do, but it's really good for peeling things. Because we don't have a peeler in the house, so I use it to peel. But I've also got a spatula, which is amazing, paid a lot of money for it, stupid.
You have to do a knife tour.
Yeah, I will show you my knives properly and like how because I use, the different knives that I use are different cuts. So when I use my chattier knife, I cut like this, but then when I use my chef's knife, I cut like this. And obviously a filleting knife, that will be like a completely different video. But it also comes in a nice bag, and in that bag I've got like a pen, a special pen.
A pen?
A pen.
I've got a pen.
I've got a special pen, and it says yes chef on it. I got it from my daughter for Christmas. And it also has a little note in there. It says hurry home daddy, or hurry home, we miss you daddy, love mama. I don't know. It says something, I'll show you another time.
Okay, last question. How much do you love your fiance?
Too much.
Too much?
A little bit too much. There's no such thing as too much. I love her to pieces.
Thanks.
She does anything for me.
I do.
She reads out my questions.
I do.
So there we have it, guys. I just clapped. So there we have it, guys. That was my first ever Q&A. So if you have any questions, get in the comments below and ask them. If not, I'm going to be doing Instagram stories like Q&A, and you get to ask them in there. I'll be doing those like maybe a week or 2 before the video goes live. But it can be anything. It doesn't have to be like serious questions. You can ask anything silly, whatever you want. I hope you really enjoyed it, and I'll see you next week. No, I won't. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Every fortnight. Hey.